Good morning, people. How are you doing today? I am Makeda Valletta, also known as the Renaissance Amazon and the Body Scientist. For those of you who are not familiar with me, I am a trainer, a nutritionist, a sacred sexual educator, a dancer, and a critical thinker. And I'm not live, actually. I was going to say I'm live on my IG, but I'm not live on my IG because I have a block. So I'm recording this on a video, posting it on IG and YouTube. If you're on my YouTube and you don't follow me on IG, be sure to do so. The link is posted below. And if you're on my IG and don't follow me on YouTube, be sure to follow me on YouTube. I'll post the link below. I just want to do a quick video today, just talking about, why men annoy me sometimes, okay? This is something that's been on my mind, and I feel like I'm misunderstood a lot. It's really irritating. And so let me just make a public service announcement, okay? And maybe some men can also keep this in consideration, because I also hear a lot of women making these same complaints, right? And I think that, I told you I'm a sacred sexual educator, so I do a lot to try to understand men. Okay, I try my best to put myself in men's shoes and give men the benefit of the doubt. If you follow my work and you listen to the things that I say, you'll see, oh, you know what, let me get my microphone real quick. Hold on. Just so the sound can be great. Hold on. Hold up. Anyhow, you know what? I'm just gonna talk without it. I'll use the microphone next. So, I give men the benefit of the doubt a lot. There's a lot of women who I feel like, can be kind of hard on men, or, they don't understand, like, if you're an attractive woman, men are going to try to talk to you, If you're an attractive woman and you go to the gym, dudes are going to look at you, because men are simple creatures. They're visual creatures. They're simple. A lot of times they can't multitask, especially when there's an attractive woman around them, right? And so I don't get mad at men for that, right? Sometimes it might make me uncomfortable and I don't want to be stared at, but I'm not going to get mad at a man for doing that, because I know he's a man and he can't always help it, right? But as long as he doesn't disrespect me, put his hands on me, like, don't put your hands on me. You can look at me all day, don't put your hands on me, okay? Don't invade my personal space. And when I say invade my personal space, I mean, like, I'm from New York, and in New York, dudes, it's one thing for a dude to talk to you and say something, but a lot of times, like, New York dudes sometimes will walk next to you. So as a woman, you could be walking down the street thinking and minding your business, and then some dude starts walking next to you, forcing you into a conversation, right? And I don't like that, because I may not want to have a conversation with you right now. I may be thinking, first of all, I might be on the phone, which New York dudes don't care about. I might be thinking about something. I might be on my way to work, on my way to teach a class. Maybe I'm trying to prepare my mind for that. Maybe I'm thinking about a problem I have in life. You don't know. I'm a person. I'm doing something. I'm not just walking down the street like a blank canvas. So if anything, ask permission, okay, before you just start walking next to a woman and forcing her into a conversation. Because dudes will walk next to a woman and start asking all these questions like she's on an interview. But then if she don't want to answer it, he thinks she's rude. But it's like, you're rude, because why are you invading my personal space? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, for me, I'm actually too nice a lot of times, because on social media, like, those of you who follow me, I have like 60,000 followers on YouTube. One of my Instagram pages that was recently disabled, which I'm trying to get back, the Renaissance Amazon 81, that page is recently disabled. That was my main Instagram page. I had about 25,000 followers or something. And all my followers are real, they're not bots, okay? 11,000 followers on my body science page, and like 20,000 followers on Facebook or something, right? So I get messages all the time, okay? I get emails, messages all the time. I'm on social media for business, okay? So if sometimes I feel like, damn, like, maybe I need to have a secretary or some, because there's a lot of, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a superstar or anything like that, but you could say there's a lot of pretty girls on Instagram who have a following who don't answer your DMs at all. They don't answer anything. There's a lot of pretty girls who, walking down the street, when dudes compliment them and say things, they ignore them, right? And I always thought that was rude. I was never that type of woman. I always felt like if somebody opens up their mouth to compliment me, I'm going to try to say thank you. On social media, I can't answer every single message. First of all, most of the messages aren't about anything, okay? And that really irks my nerves. If you want to, if somebody pays me a compliment, I try my best to say thank you. Sometimes I can't say thank you to everybody because it's compliments all day under posts, whatever. I try to say thank you, right? Sometimes people hit me in my inbox and give me really heartfelt compliments. I appreciate that. But all the messages in my inbox of hi, of just what the fuck do you want? What? Okay? I'm not answering any messages that just say hi. What do you want? Right? What do you want? And then if somebody is one, and then the thing that's annoying is that there's a lot of men who will try to act like they're interested in working with me just because they're trying to start a conversation. That's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do. If you're not interested in business, if you're not interested in training with me, if you're just solely trying to talk to me, don't come at me trying to act like you're interested in business, because then you're going to waste my time of me taking you seriously, me sending you all the information about training with me, about my evaluation. I'm going back and forth, and then I do all that, and then you're trying to talk to me. That is the fastest, surest way to get on my bad side, okay, and be ignored. And I'm going to start making stricter boundaries, okay, because people waste my time too much. I'm very busy. I am my business, right? I'm trying to write books. I'm trying to work on programs. I do everything myself. I'm my own secretary. I'm my own videographer. I'm my own editor. That's why I don't edit anything. It's all me. I'm a one-woman show, right? And I just don't have time for the nonsense, right? And nothing irks me more than somebody wasting my time, right? So I'm not answering no more messages that just say hi, okay? Or what are you up to? What the fuck do you want, okay? And if you do want to work with me, don't just write me saying, oh, I want to work with you. Who are you? And what do you want to work on? Like if there was an instructor who I wanted to work with and train with, I would contact them and say, hi, my name is Makeda. I, live in this city, and I would do my research first to see where they were located. If I looked on their page and couldn't find at all where they were located anywhere, I'm looking under photos. I don't see anything about their location. I'm looking on their page. I'm gonna do a thorough check first. If I see nothing on their page that indicates where they are, then I'll ask them where they are. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give them all pertinent information. I'm not gonna just be like, hi, I wanna work with you. I'm not gonna send anybody a message that says that. You know what I'm saying? You need to say more. And so the thing is that there's that. Then there's, in my personal life, there are men that, it's so funny because people who don't know me, some people think that I'm mean, but people who really know me would tell you I'm not mean, okay? I'm actually too nice, okay? And that's the thing. Now I talked about how so many women don't even answer men. And people who follow me on social media, you might have seen the times that I've had to dig in somebody's shit, because there's men that might have sent me a message. Sometimes I'll see a message that a dude sends me and it's really rude. Like he's cursing me out or telling me I'm ugly or saying something bad. And I look at this and I notice the message, and then I look at it, and then I'll see that this dude has been sending me messages for years, okay? And I didn't see it. I might not have seen it, or I just didn't respond to it because they weren't saying anything. I got, like I said, thousands of messages. I don't have to respond to you, right? So for years, this person sending me messages, maybe complimenting me, trying to get my attention, or saying nothing, I don't know, asking me questions. And, then one day they just send me a mean message, because I didn't respond. And they're just trying so bad to get my attention. I think some men would rather get cursed out by a woman than not get her attention at all. They just want any kind of attention. And so I'll see something like that, and I'll curse the dude out and block him. And then, whenever there's times that I've posted it publicly just to show the type of dumb shit, because the men who aren't retarded like that would never even guess that so many dudes are retarded like that, right? So just to post, I'll repost it sometimes, and then people look at me like I'm mean. I'm not mean. If you come at me, I'm a cat. I always tell people that, okay? I'm a Leo sun, Virgo moon, Pisces rising, right? But all cats are my totem. And cats be minding their business, just being pretty and graceful, hunting, doing what they do, independent. But if you back a cat into the corner and start fucking with them, they're going to scratch your face. Okay, that's me. I treat people how they treat me. If I'm over here minding my business, I'm not saying nothing to you. When you come over here being nasty, then you're going to get it back. And you're going to get it back worse. I'm going to have to hurt your feelings. But don't call me mean, okay? It's funny, even yesterday on my YouTube page, there was a dude who wrote a comment saying, you're just not, he wrote something like, you're just ugly, you just have to deal with it or just accept it. And I look at this and I look at this dude's comment and I see, they showed me like a record of all the comments he's made on my YouTube videos. And all these YouTube videos, he's, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so this. And then yesterday he just was like, oh, you're ugly, you need to deal with it. So I'm like, I'm not even responding to that. I'm just blocking him, right? So retarded. So now, and then there's the men who, then there's sometimes when I see a message in my inbox and it's a dude who maybe this time he got my attention. Maybe I didn't know, maybe like he might message me years ago when I was in a relationship, so I wasn't paying attention, because like I said, I don't share all my relationship status on social media. There's people who've been following me for 10 plus years and they don't know the relationships I've been in because I didn't post it, right? So there's times that men were in my inbox trying to get at me and I just didn't respond to them. I didn't say I'm in a relationship. I just didn't say anything because I'm busy doing what I'm doing. And I'm not on there for that, right? So there are times that I'll see a message and I see that this dude has been sending me messages for like years, okay? There's times that I've literally had men in my inbox for 8, 9, 10 years. I'm not even exaggerating, right? And maybe now I'm like, oh, this dude's cute. He seems nice. Like I didn't know, and I'm looking at the times he messaged me before, and it might have been times when I was in a relationship. So now I'm like, I'm available. This dude seems cool, and maybe I respond, and then they drop the ball. So we'll have like, we'll talk a little bit, and then they disappear, right? And then it's funny because then they come back like months later thinking, and I didn't forgot about them. You know what I'm saying? So it's so weird to me. I'm like, why would you spend years trying to get a woman's attention? And then you got her attention and then you drop the ball. I see dudes do that all the time. In my life, okay, there are men that I've known from over 10 years ago, okay, that still pop back up in my life, okay? And not men that I had any problems with. Sometimes I have problems with them because I'm telling you, every single dude that I've ever had sex with in life, every single dude, and some of them that I haven't had sex with, they just like me. They always come back popping up again. Whether if we had a problem or we didn't have a problem, they always come back popping up again. Now, some of them I don't even remember, okay? Because it could have been so long ago that I talked to you, whatever, and I forgot all about you. And now 3, 4, 5, 6 years later, you're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, who are you? And I have to remember again who they are again. Then there are dudes who, because like I said, I like it when, people say what you want. Who are you and what do you want? Okay, period. If it's business, who, what, when, where, and why. I'm not going to sit here going back and forth trying to figure out what you want, right? So there's dudes who have written me eloquent messages. And I'm like, okay, I'll give him a chance to talk to him. He seems like he could be a good dude. He seems like he might be smart and cool and whatever. And a dude will, write this eloquent message to get my attention. And then we speak and it's like, you said all this when you were writing, and then we speak and it's like crickets. And then, then they kind of like start half communicating. I forget about you. But then they always pop up again, thinking that I remember them and I'm thinking about them. No, I'm not. You know what I remember? People who are consistent, okay? Just understand, I'm not going to say that, oh, men have all this competition, because you could say women have competition too. If it's an attractive dude, there's women trying to get at them too or whatever. They got options. But as a woman, because men are the aggressors, okay, if you're an attractive woman, there's always men saying stuff. Chitter, 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 chitter. Now, when a man has my attention, like if I'm with a dude or a dude really got my attention, I'm not paying attention to this chitter chatter and all the people coming at me, right? But if I don't have a man that's occupying my brain space and, I'm single, whatever, I'm not focused on any one person. And, there is always a lot of dudes talking. So it's like, okay, you might be talking to me today and I might be interested in you, right? But then you drop the ball. You're not consistent. So now somebody else, You know, there's always other voices. And maybe now I'm like, let me see what he's about. Now, you come back in the picture some months later like, hey, what's up? I'm like, dude, I didn't forget about you. If you're going to do all this work to try to talk to me and act like you're so interested and then drop the ball, I didn't moved on, got you up my brain space. I don't know why men don't understand that. And it's so funny because I know back in the day, even before social media, I remember so many women used to talk about how, like, you know, there's dudes who would get their number and then they wouldn't use it. They'd call you like 3 months later or like months later and you forgot who they were. And dudes always remember you, okay? They remember, oh, I met you. I don't remember you. There's so many men that hit me up and I don't remember them at all. And they're like, oh yeah, I met you in Chicago at the gas station. What fucking gas station? Okay. Well, when was this? Was this last month? Was this last year? Was this 3-4 years ago? When? Like, they won't even say anything. I just met you at the gas station. Oh, I met you at the bus stop in New York. Oh, I saw you at a festival in New York. When? What festival? When? Like, you need to give me more information because I don't remember that. I don't know why men think that women remember them so much. To me, in my experience, men tend to remember women more. At least in my experience, men always seem to remember me. And I'm like, I don't. And I've known men that have gotten mad because I didn't remember them. Like, I remember one time being in New Orleans and this dude was in my face. I didn't remember him for shit. And he remembered me and he got offended. And it was kind of scary because I'm like, I hope he doesn't shoot me because he's mad because I don't remember him. And it hurt his ego. But who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody who follows me knows, I'm a nerd, okay? I'm always reading. I'm always studying. There's so much stuff in my brain. We can only keep so much stuff in our brain. I'm not trying to remember every single interaction I've had with every single person, every single dude that tried to talk to me. So it's like if a dude wants to keep my attention, then be consistent. But my new rule now is that when dudes drop the ball, there's no picking it back up. All right? Because what I've learned in life, even in relationships, there's men that do that. They'll do the most to get you. They'll act like this great dude. And then when they get you, they drop the ball and start acting like, you know, like they fall off. If you fall off, I'm falling off. Okay? Because I'm not that type of person. I'm a consistent person, right? And it's really annoying because I just don't, and it's not, I know I'm not just speaking for myself. I know a lot of other women agree with this. And so any women who agree with this, please comment, okay? But it's annoying to have, you know, first of all, my business. So I have to deal with a lot of messages for business. Then, you know, on the personal side, you're getting all these, I don't have the brain space for that. And the thing that annoys me is that, you know, I know dudes, like lately I've had to block so many men. Like, the past few days, there's so many men that I've blocked on my social media. I'm like, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just blocking them, right? I'm open-minded, so I'm not mad when, you know, I find men to be funny and amusing. Men always have the need to tell a woman when they masturbated to her. Like, I don't need to hear that, but I'm not offended by that. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's disgusting. He told me he masturbated to my picture. If you want to tell me that, that's fine. I'm not going to get mad at that. There's a lot of women who do get mad at that. They get mad when a man expresses something. I'm not even like that. That's not even what makes me block you. If somebody writes something too raunchy, sometimes dudes write things just a little bit too much, then I might give you one warning and say, please don't write stuff like that on my page. If a dude apologizes and stops, fine. But if you keep on, then you might get blocked or something, right? But what was I gonna say? Like, I know one thing I can't stand is small talk. I hate small talk, and that's not just in my personal life. It's just period. I hate small talk. Okay. And I forget what country it was. I was watching a documentary. It was some European country where they were saying, I can't remember what country it was, but it was some European country. I don't know if it was Sweden. I don't know. But they were saying that the people in that country don't like small talk at all. They just don't, it's just not a part of their culture. And it was showing this skit how like this, it was showing how like people will see their neighbor in the hallway, like they're about to leave and they see their neighbor in the hallway waiting for an elevator and they won't go into the hallway until the neighbor is gone. That's me. I'm like that. If I'm about to leave my apartment and I see a neighbor in my hallway, I'm gonna wait till they pass before I come out because I don't feel like talking to them. I'm that type of chick. I don't like talking to my neighbors actually. My mother used to always be like, you talk to your neighbors because you never know when something might happen and you might need their help. I don't like talking to my neighbors. I don't like people in my business. Just leave me alone. That's how I feel, right? And so, like, I definitely don't like when, like, there are dudes that I know, like just recently, There's this dude that I've known for years, and he's gotten on my nerves so many times. And there's times in the past when I said to myself, I'm not talking to this dude because he keeps wasting my time. He's annoying. Then he'll come back and apologize and, try to get back into my good graces and, saying all these things. So this particular dude this morning texted me and, I've known him for years, like I said. And he's just asking me silly questions like, how's the weather in Chicago? And I said, why don't you look at the weather app? Why are you asking me what the weather is? Like, I never hit somebody up and say, what's the weather like? Unless I'm about to travel to that place and I'm wondering if the weather app is accurate, because I know sometimes in other countries, like when I was in Cali, Colombia, it had rain every day in the forecast on the app, but it wasn't raining in Cali. So I know sometimes internationally it can be wrong. So if I'm about to travel somewhere and I know somebody that's in that area, I might say, is it really raining in that area? That's it. But other than that, I look at the weather app. I don't call my friends in DC and say, what's the weather like today? I can look at the weather app and see. And if I'm inside, the weather changes every day. So I don't know what the weather is. I would have to look on the app just like you. Just look on the app. Like, why are you wasting my time asking me stupid questions like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, time is valuable. I'm like, do you want something? Oh, and so when I said that, like, why don't you just look at the weather app? He took offense to it. And I'm like, I don't know what you're taking offense to. I just don't have time to answer that question. Just look at why are you asking me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want something? Because oh no, I'm just trying to talk. Well, don't hit me up just talking about nothing. Please don't do that. If you don't want anything, leave me alone. And it's not that I'm trying to be mean. It's just that I got shit to do. I don't have time to be distracted by people's nothing ass messages and small talk. That really irks my nerves. So I say, you know what? Boundaries. I need to have more boundaries. And I'm too accessible to a lot of people. And there's a lot of men out here who are too ungrateful. They're fucking retarded. They just want a woman to speak to them or something. They just want a pretty girl to talk to them. You don't want anything. So I said to myself, okay, moving forward, my boundaries. I'm not answering no messages in my inbox to just say hi, okay, or I want to work with you. I'm not doing it. Then also, yesterday a dude hit me up in my inbox. He sent me a video of mine that I posted on Instagram. He sent it to my inbox and said, do you have OnlyFans? And I wrote to him, reading is fundamental. Because on that very post that he sent me, on that very post, it said, if you want to see this full video and more videos like it, here's my OnlyFans page. It said that. So instead of this dude taking time to read what the fuck I wrote on the video, you're messaging me, asking me some shit that you could easily find out the answer to yourself if you just looked. And this is what I'm saying. When I see somebody on social media that I want to work with, or I might be interested in, whatever, I take the time to read the shit on the post or on their page before I even ask them, what city are you in? Sometimes it says it on their page. So when people hit me up like, what do you do? I'm like, it says it on my page. What's your name? It says it on my page. And then a dude could say a dumb shit like, well, sometimes it's not people's real name. I don't have time for that dumb shit, okay? Don't be in my inbox wasting my time, asking me questions, asking me questions that you could easily get the answer to if you just read some shit and paid attention, okay? I'm not answering that dumb shit no more. So when I said to him, reading is fundamental, and then I don't know what he wrote. And he got irritated because I said that. And I'm like, dude, see, and this is the thing. This is another thing about me. I had a membership page since 2016, right? It was on another platform called ConnectPal. And there are different membership platforms. A lot of people think OnlyFans is just for porn. OnlyFans is not just for porn. OnlyFans is a membership site. People could be baking cake on OnlyFans. Just because somebody has an OnlyFans page, I can start an OnlyFans page doing workouts in a bikini and cooking in a bikini, okay? OnlyFans is not synonymous with porn site. So it's funny too, because on my OnlyFans page, I say what it's for. I'm like, and I say in my post, if you want to follow me on my pole practice journey, if you want to see more dance videos like this, nowhere do I say that I'm having sex with people on my OnlyFans page. So it clearly, and then when you go to the page, it says what to expect. These are dance practice videos, whatever. Dudes will subscribe and then be mad because, oh, you're not having sex. This is not, I never said I was. Why don't you fucking read and pay attention? God damn. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that and before I never even used to advertise my page. But what happened was ConnectPal disabled my page. It had been around for 5 years, okay? 5 years. They disabled it out of nowhere. Like, my shit's always getting disabled. I told you my Instagram page was just recently disabled, okay? My YouTube page has been deleted a couple times. And so ConnectPal just disabled my page and didn't tell me why. I contacted them, no response. So I say, you know what, I'm gonna have to move it over to OnlyFans. But how am I gonna let people know who subscribed to me in ConnectPal? So I made a YouTube video just letting people know that had happened in case they were on my ConnectPal page. And for any future people who might have been interested, because I wasn't even talking about my membership page before, okay? So, so it's funny when people think that because a woman posts her OnlyFans page, like they're trying to get followers. Like I don't post it because I'm like, I'm not going around trying to get people to subscribe. I'm not like, you should subscribe to my page. You should subscribe to me. I don't do that at all. I write it in my post so that you can stay out of my inbox and stop messaging me, because I get so many messages every day. Do you have an OnlyFans page? Do you have an OnlyFans page? Do you have an OnlyFans page? So that's why I put it in my post, so people can stop inboxing me that shit, and I don't have to keep writing the same goddamn thing over and over again. I like to do shit one time, and then you go read it. I don't want to keep repeating myself over and over again, and I don't know if people don't understand that. Now, granted, some people might not see the post, right? But a lot of people are just lazy, and they're not trying to find it, okay? Because what I do know is that, there are times when there's been videos of me somewhere on the internet, and men have surely found my damn social media pages from whatever they saw somewhere else. They could do that. But then you can't figure out, like, it's just annoying. So, and then I don't like when people start being entitled. Like, they're like, oh, you could have just told me. Well, you could have just read, okay? Don't tell me what I could have just did. And then don't be, well, I was trying to support you. I didn't ask you for your support. Don't turn that around, because you weren't just trying to support me. You want to watch me. You want to see me. I have what you want, okay? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think you're going to come over here wasting my time acting entitled, talking about you were trying to support. Like, that shit is for the birds, okay? And then it's funny because, then I have a client that I've been working with in New York for years. And this person has also gotten on my bad side before, okay? And this is the thing. I always had this rule that once you're on my bad side, you stay on that shit, because you're on my bad side for a reason. But over the past few years, I've been nice. I've been accepting people's apologies, giving them another chance. And what I've noticed is that every time I do that, they do the shit again, right? So I was a client in New York. He's gotten on my nerves in the past, okay? We've gotten it, there's at least 2 or 3 times we've gotten into it, and I canceled him as a client. It was like, I can't work with you, you're an asshole, right? So now, again, I haven't even been going to New York like that since the mandates, right? And my New York clients, when you come back to New York, I'm like, I'm not really fucking with New York right now because of these mandates, but I'm going back for the holidays. So I let this client know. And then and like I said, we've been working together for a long time. I don't work with anybody without any deposits or anything like that, right? If I'm holding my time and setting up something with you, I need a deposit. The same way, if I make an appointment with my hairdresser, I need to give her a deposit. It's not an appointment unless I send a deposit. That's business, right? It doesn't matter how long she's been doing my hair. Business is business. And I can't stand people thinking that they're going to get an exception because, no, send a deposit. You know that. You know the drill. So, he's trying to set something up. And I'm like, okay, you need to send the deposit. And he's like, oh, how much is the deposit again? And I'm like, dude, how many times? I'm like, scroll up, because I just told you in July, the last time I saw you, I worked with you in July and August. So scroll up and look. Oh, I deleted it. So I said to him, over the years you've been working together, it's also been in emails, okay? I've repeated this to him several times. So I said to him, okay, I'm going to tell you this one last time, but this time you're going to have to save this shit because I'm not repeating it again. And when I said that, then he's like, oh, all you had to do was just tell me the amount. And see, I'm like, and no, that's all wrong. If you would have said, okay, I understand, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And there's men who are like that. Keep the information. Because I'm saying this to you over and over and over again. And it's not like, so And it's just like if somebody's training with me or whatever it is, there's different rates for different lengths of sessions. There's different rates for a different amount of sessions you're getting. Whether you're doing an evaluation with, is different. You know what I'm saying? So, and I need to know that stuff when somebody's booking an appointment. It's like when I get my hair done. I have to tell my hairdresser, she has to know when I make the deposit, if I'm getting my hair washed, am I getting it twisted, am I getting it put in pipe cleaners, am I getting it braided up? Like, because all those have different fees and it takes a different amount of time. So in order for her to have enough time in her schedule and to be prepared for what she's supposed to do that day, she needs to know that beforehand. The same is true with me. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you don't understand that and you think it's okay to keep wasting my time for me to keep repeating myself, and you're not saving, you're not going back and looking at the emails where I've clearly saved it several times. You're telling me that you deleted your text messages, but you want me to keep telling you. And when I tell you, I'm going to tell you, but when I'm telling you, save the information so you don't have to keep asking me this. And then you're telling me what I should do. And all you have to do is, well, I'm like, all you have to do is fucking pay attention, save this shit, and remember, stop asking me the same goddamn thing over and over again. So the thing about business is that sometimes you gotta take a loss just on principle because of boundaries. So to me, I'm like, I can't work with you no more. I'm not working with you no more. You have gotten on my nerves enough times. I should have left you in the bad box, okay, which was my rule before, but because of me being nice and trying to, understand and be understanding and forgiving, but then it just backfires at me again of you wasting my time with bullshit and being ungrateful. And the thing is that I just don't like inconsiderate. I don't like inconsiderate men. I don't like inconsiderate people. Lately, I've had so much experience in my personal life and business with men who are inconsiderate and entitled as fuck. And I don't like that shit, right? And on the personal side of things, if a man gets my attention and he's acting like he's interested and he drops the ball, that ball's going to stay down, okay? Because what I've seen in life is that that's just a taste of what's to come in the future. I don't like inconsistency. Like, I'm just not going to take you seriously. And I just don't want, like, you keep, like, it's so funny. I've known men who for 2 years, I'm going to come visit you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk about what you're going to do for like a year or two. I don't want to hear that no more. Stop wasting my time with that. I'm not taking you seriously. And I know so many dudes like that. They just like to fucking talk. I like the doers, the men who know what they want, the men whose actions back up their words, the men who know how to clearly communicate, okay? And I'm not the type of chick that's like, oh, just because you like me, we need to be in a relationship. No, I'm not even saying that. But I'm just saying, like, stop bugging me. Stop coming to me like you're so interested. And you do anything to get my attention. And you do anything to have a conversation with me. And to maybe go out somewhere or whatever it is that you're trying to talk about. And then I'm like, what's up? And then you just drop the ball. Not into dudes who are afraid of me. Like, I just feel like a lot of men just be, and I'm just saying, the inconsiderate shit. So I just had to make this video because to explain, like, I'm not a mean person. I'm actually a very nice person. And I treat people how they treat me. But I like people who are considerate. Be considerate of my time and my energy. Understand that I don't go into an office every day and work for somebody. I am my business. Everything I do, it's a lot of shit I gotta do every single day. There's a lot of people I have to get back to all the time. I'm always behind on stuff. I don't have time for the small talk. And this is the reason why so many women ignore dudes. I understand it now. And I feel like maybe I should be doing that too. And that's what I'm gonna kind of semi-do. I'm not answering no more messages unless somebody clearly tells me what the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? Who are you and what do you want? Period. And be clear and concise. If you can't write sentences, I keep having more things come into my mind of dudes who, just in the past 2 weeks, who really pissed me off and I've had to block, who were trying to work with me on something, not communicating clearly. Like this one dude, he was trying to, collaborate on a photo shoot with me, and I'm asking him, well, do you have any photographers? Because I want to see the photographers first, their work. And where is this going to be at? And he was giving me all these half-ass answers, and he couldn't write proper English. Dude said that he was a nurse turned model. And I'm thinking, how the fuck are you a nurse when you cannot write a sentence? You cannot write. I don't understand. Yo, one thing, if you can't write, don't write me at all, okay? If you don't know how to make, and I only understand clear and concise sentences. Don't write me with no question marks. What the fuck is that? What's your question? Don't write me with some, I'm not going to guess what the fuck you want, okay? Write clear and concise sentences. If you can't do that, don't write me. Or if you can't do that, I'm just going to ignore you, okay? Because I can't stand the stupid writing. People writing run-on sentences and not writing full words out, no punctuation, no. Like, I already know you stuck on stupid. No, we can't do business, and no, you can't get to know me if that's how you write, okay? That never ends well, people that write like that. And it's just crazy how it just seems like so many men are attention whores. People say women want attention. I think dudes be wanting a lot of attention out here in these streets. Dudes just be wanting a pretty girl to respond to them, and that's why so many pretty girls don't respond to dudes. I get it now. I'm like, I'm over here being too nice. I wouldn't be so stressed out if I didn't answer people. People in my inbox ask me, what's the status with your other Instagram page? What the fuck do you think? Do you see it up? Go look. Do you see my page up? If my page isn't up, then that's the answer to your question. Why are you asking me this shit? Damn. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. But I'm just tired of I could go on for the next hour with stories. The inconsiderateness of it all. There was something else I was about to say. And somebody could say to me, oh, but you're always on the internet dancing half naked, or you're showing your body, so what do you expect? So what? I am who I am. If you don't know how to speak and express yourself, that's still not my problem. I'm not going to stop being who I am. I'm not going to be like, oh, let me stop showing my body because it makes dudes not be able to talk. No, a dude who has some goddamn sense, intelligence, and consideration can still speak. And I also can't stand people hit me up in my inbox like, give me your OnlyFans page. Did anybody teach you any manners? You don't write somebody telling them to give you something. Don't make motherfucking demands. I'm not a dog. I'm a cat. So what you can do is ask nicely. Okay? Like, may I please have the link to your OnlyFans page? But I really prefer you go look for your goddamn self, because I write it under a lot of my posts. But there's sometimes I don't want to write it under my posts because I don't want people to think I'm trying to sell my OnlyFans page to them, because I'm not. I'm just putting it so I don't have to keep repeating it, in case anybody was wondering. That's it. But if you want to message it, if someone's messaging me and asking me that, say, can I please, like, what happened to please and thanks? I would never just hit somebody up and be like, give me your website, give me your phone number, give you. No, ask a damn question. I don't understand, be polite about this shit. I don't understand this shit these days. And I'm just like, if it wasn't, that's why sometimes social media really irks my nerves. It's a double-edged sword, because on the one hand, it's good for business and certain things like that. But on the other hand, it gives a lot of dusties and annoying ass people access to you that they would never have if it wasn't for social media. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna have to create more boundaries and just pay attention to those who I'm not gonna sit here back and forth trying to guess what you want. Or you're telling me, oh, I really want to get to know you. And you're telling me all this stuff, and you're not telling me who you are, where you are. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm done explaining. I've talked long enough. I just had to talk about this. Talk about why a lot of men get on my nerves, why I've been blocking them lately, and saying, moving forward, once you're blocked, once you're in the bad box, you're staying in that shit, because I don't got the time. So, and I absolutely, men who know how to communicate in a clear, concise manner, whether it is business or personal, all praises to you. Those are the type of dudes that I like. Men who are considerate, and I'm a straight up person. I'm from New York. I'm a fire sign. I'm not rude, but I'm straight up. So if I'm telling you, don't ask me what the weather is. No, I'm like, why don't you go look in the weather app? And you're taking offense like I'm mean because I said that. Because I have a boundary and I don't want to sit there and looking at the weather when you can go look at the weather, and that you getting mad about that. I don't have time for that. That's another thing. Dudes be overly sensitive. So many men be so goddamn overly sensitive. I'm like, pull your motherfucking panties out your ass crack, okay? People be talking about women are sensitive. No, dudes be sensitive. Anyhow, to the non-sensitive dudes who know how to communicate and aren't overly sensitive about every goddamn thing, have common sense and critical thinking skills, and know how to think before they speak, more praises to you. The other ones, get the fuck out my face. That's what I have to say. Okay? Like, I don't have time to teach grown people, grown men, how to communicate. And if you don't understand that it's a waste of my time to go back and forth trying to understand what you want, then that right there just shows how inconsiderate you are. And I do not like inconsiderate people. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right? So I hope you guys have a good day. To the woman, if you feel what I'm saying, please leave your 2 cents, because I think more men need to see these comments because they don't get it. All right, people. Bye. And also remember, closed mouths don't get fed. So you want to be clear about what the fuck you want. Have a good day and bye.